Hi, I'm Julie Dees, Chief Executive Officer at Family Service Association of Bucks County. I am so excited that you are here with us tonight to learn a little bit more about the programs that we offer and, even more importantly, the clients that we serve. I've been with Family Service about 4.5 years now, and I continue to be amazed at the work that happens day in and day out by our dedicated staff and the wonderful support that we get throughout the community. One story that's really been sticking with me over the past couple months is the story of John. John was relatively young, in my opinion, a 55-year-old man, and he lost his wife. And unfortunately, in addition to that, John was really struggling with serious heart complications. And so, becoming overwhelmed with his wife's death, as well as his own medical conditions and lots of medical bills, he unfortunately found himself without a house. And so John became homeless for quite a significant period of time. And with his health conditions, this was extremely dangerous. Fortunately, our street medicine team, which was launched about 2 years ago, was able to connect with John, and they met with him while he was experiencing homelessness in Bucks County. And our nursing team was able to assess his health and understand what was happening and saw the severe danger that he was in by being exposed in the elements. So the team was able to get him fast-tracked into our emergency homeless shelter, where he was able to start the journey to not just healing physically, but also emotionally from the trauma associated with both losing his wife as well as homelessness. So while John was in the shelter, he worked closely with his case management team and with the nursing team. And unfortunately, when he was in the shelter, he experienced multiple cardiac episodes. And while he was in the hospital the last time, they understood that he had heart function at only 20%. So with all of these complications, moving John safely from the shelter into permanent housing was extremely difficult. But our team is incredible. And so with the really good work of his shelter case manager, as well as linking John to our Housing First blended case management team, they were able to not only ensure that John had the right kind of medical coverage so he could get ongoing medical treatment, but they were also able to pair him in a shared housing program so that John is now living on his own in an apartment with a former shelter resident, and the two of them as roommates are working beautifully together. We are so excited, and this is just one story of many. And the thing that is so exciting about Family Service, and something that I continue to learn the longer that I'm here, is that our programs don't work in isolation. They all dovetail. And most clients that walk through our doors, whether that's through our front door at Langhorne or whether it's through the door at the shelter or anywhere else along the path of our continuum of care, they usually receive multiple services. Because complex problems like we deal with and like the other wonderful nonprofits in Bucks County deal with are extremely challenging. And there usually takes a very coordinated, complex effort to start to meet the needs. And that's what we do at Family Service. We offer multiple programs to help individuals at every step of the way, to help them go on their journey and to be able to live to their full potential. And now I'd like to introduce you to Mike Hrouda. Mike is a peer support specialist and also our peer support supervisor.
My name is Michael Hrouda. I'm the peer support supervisor here at Family Service. The CPS program and the care program are able to meet individuals out in the community. We're able to meet them, where their challenges are at most, whether it be at their job, at their home, or anywhere else in the community. CPSs and the care team are able to hook individuals up with resources that are not only within Family Service, but also in the community as well. I've worked with Nick for a few years now. Nick has been an individual who has had a lot of struggles in life.
Family is basically a lot of drugs and alcohol and narcissists, manipulations and all that. I believe I was 5 or 6 and being woke up by the cops, and we got taken to foster care. It was one of the hardest days of my life because me and my brothers got separated, and we were basically moved on family to family every other month or something. And then Mom got custody of us, and she was basically a drunk and abusive, and she was hopping boyfriend to boyfriend and house to house, and then we were homeless and we asked for help. After we finally got a place, and it was a bad neighborhood, and she was partying every night, and I basically had to feed my brothers. We missed like almost 100 days of school, and the school was right around the corner. The school cops would even come to our door like, why you guys miss the school? And Mom would just tell a lie. So then Dad got custody of us. It's been better, but like he has 4 boys, so he's always stressed out. And like dads, when they teach you something, they have to hit you to teach you. We did good in high school. We did sports and everything. Dad had a couple girlfriends, and then finally met the one. He got married, and we moved up here and graduated high school, and now we're here. I was working at Restaurant Depot, and then the one day I snapped, and then I got diagnosed with the bipolar and schizoaffective, and then that's when I found out I had to take meds for it. Therapy, the medication, the psychiatrist.
Building trust with an individual in the CPS world is extremely rewarding, but difficult. With Nick, it was hard given the past that he's experienced, but with him knowing that someone else has been down a similar path, that added a lot to experience.
He's always there to help, help me understand like how life is, and make sure I do what I have to do.
Over that time, I've been able to meet Nick where he's at in his recovery, and work with him on what he wanted to succeed with in life.
I wanted a normal life. Stop being put down every day.
We took a person-centered approach with Nick, and Nick was able to really do a lot of legwork with the foundation that him and I had developed together.
It felt a little relief that I was actually getting help and getting put to the path I needed.
Nick was involved with a lot of substance use in his family for years. Nick has been able to overcome that, and more importantly, Nick is now able to live independently.
This is basically the first time I'm on my own. Don't have to depend on people to do paperwork, to have services. I didn't know how to pay a bill. I was never taught that. Didn't know how to make appointments.
Nick is able to hold part-time employment for himself. Nick also knows when now to put up his boundaries and ask for additional support when needed.
Make sure I keep up with my doctors and everything. to get lean off of medication, and right now to get my permit.
So working with Nick has allowed me to understand that I can be patient in life and things aren't going to happen overnight. And for working with him for so many years, I was able to see his progress and really define the key points in his life where he's been able to make the change on his own too.
Make sure I have a future. I hope it'll be better with all the goals and everything.
One thing I always say to the individuals that I serve is that my job is not to have a job. I want to help other individuals learn to live independently, learn to work on their sociological, learn to work on their physical, emotional health so that I am not needed.
What I learned is there's always somebody have it worse, and you should be grateful of what you have. Family service helped me a lot.
Good evening. I'm Alice Gens. I want to thank you for taking some time this evening to learn about the amazing work being done by the agency on behalf of thousands of clients throughout Bucks County. While the agency is often known for the Bucks County Emergency Homeless Shelter, we have many other programs aimed at supporting the needs of our clients, including behavioral health services, substance use disorder treatment, and parenting education, just to name a few. We are also in schools counseling children and attending to basic healthcare needs of homeless encampments through our street medicine program. When clients come to family service, either through the emergency homeless shelter or through regular intake, they are often at the most difficult time in their lives and require multiple services to deal with the trauma of their situations, which can create co-occurring conditions for which they need treatment. Our goal of treating the whole person so they may become a self-sustaining member of their family and community is what makes family service unique. And as a CFO, I can tell you this organization is incredibly well run from an operational perspective, and its staff are highly professional, dedicated to the mission of family service and to the success of their clients. This is evidenced by our close relationship with the county government, as we are the first place they turn to when a need emerges in the community that they are unable to address. It's been my honor to serve as a board member of this amazing agency for 9 years. My husband Steve and I prioritize family service in our annual giving, as the clients are our neighbors. I hope you'll join us in supporting family services work on behalf of our community. Next, you'll meet one of those neighbors, Katie, who needed support from our family strengthening program and our parent educator, Theresa Franco. Thanks again for joining us this evening and for your support of family service.
Hi, I'm Katie Hunt Wells. We've been dealing with CYS for literally since she was born, so about 2 years now. I was crying almost like every night because like I could feel something like inside me was not right with her being away from me, especially in the newborn stage. Yeah, it was tough. It hurted me a lot because like this is my first kid and I didn't have a good family, so like, and plus I'm adopted, so that kind of hurts me in different ways, and I didn't want that to be her future, so I was like, I have to do what I have to do to get her home.
Well, when it comes to Katie, when I first worked with her, I think she was going through a case of learned helplessness, and she just felt under-equipped at that time. It was also self-esteem concern and feeling like she didn't have it in her to provide quality parenting to her daughter, Luna.
Anytime I asked her a question, clear answer with some type of like research to back it up, which is really good for me.
This program is fantastic because it gives parents a real picture of where their children are coming from and why they behave the way that they do, which once the parents fully understand what child development should look like from phase to phase, it reduces the likelihood of abuse toward children.
She's been terrific. She's helped me through a lot.
Pointing out all of her strengths, because she has a lot of strengths, and just constantly reminding her that she does have it in her to be an excellent mother. I think that is what really helped her.
First, it was supervised visits, and then it was semi-supervised visits, and then we went to unsupervised visits, and then from there, we went to me getting her for a weekend, and then I started having her more during the week, and then in May, I actually got full custody of her, and she actually came home.
Once she got that full-time care of Luna, she took the ball and she ran with it. She was like a sponge. When she felt that she was getting to that place where she wanted to prove, not just to children and youth and to me, but to herself, that she could do this as a parent.
So I'm still trying to get to know myself as both a parent and as an individual person, and also get to know Luna, because for the first year of her life, I wasn't really involved. Now, since she's been here for close to a year, just kind of getting to know me now, our bond is like mother and daughter is really there.
The transformation that I've seen in Katie was from someone who was maybe not always very self-aware and self-confident to someone who has this approach of now she can look at herself and say, I got this.
I'm happy that now I did break the cycle. I didn't have to go back to court, and now I do have full custody of Luna, and the case is closed now.
However, Katie would still like to continue on with Family Service Association family strengthening programs, because she said as a human being, she still has more to learn.
I will work with her till she closes out, because I need all the information that I can get.
You've just heard real-life stories from Nick and Katie, and they're just two of the many lives that have been changed by the work of family service staff such as Mike, Theresa, and Bree. Some of you know that I've been involved with family service for nearly a decade, first as a donor and most recently serving on the board of directors for the last 3 years. In the nearly 5 decades that I've been working, I've never had a position that was this rewarding. Just think, you can actually see lives being changed by the work you put in. In a few moments, you'll receive an email with a link. If you follow this link, you'll be able to donate in private. Please click on that link before you shut down tonight. And if you don't receive an email, there's a link in the chat box, or you can always go to our website at any time at fsabc.org. Thanks for spending the past few minutes with us. You see, you too can make a difference in other people's lives. This ends our program. Have a nice evening, and thanks so much for supporting Family Service.